concise, clear, and engaging to make a positive first impression and to set the tone for the rest of your interaction with your audience. Now, before we get started with detailed examples, introducing yourself in any situation can be quite frightening, and the added aspect of introducing yourself to an audience can make anyone quite nervous. I mean, I resonate with that. But there's also a simple solution to this. Just be prepared. Practice this numerous times as much as you can to remove all of that nervousness, and you will be good to go. Introducing yourself to an audience effectively involves conveying key information about who you are while engaging their interest. So here's a simple and structured way to do it. Always start with a warm greeting to capture attention. So for instance, start with "Good morning everyone," or even "Good afternoon" or "Good evening everyone." After your greeting comes your name. State your name clearly, and optionally you can add a brief description or title to establish your role or expertise. And next, we talk about background. Provide a concise overview of your background relevant to the context. Now here you could talk about relevant or key experiences, qualifications, or achievements that establish your credibility or connection to the topic. During your introduction, it's also vital to talk about purpose. Clarify why you're addressing the audience and what they can expect from your presentation or interaction. This sets the stage for the rest of your communication. And here you must also remember that the audience wants to know how you're going to be useful to them. Now, we've been talking about engagement all this while, as in making your introduction engaging and interesting. But how does one do that? So consider adding a small personal anecdote, interesting fact, or thought-provoking question to capture attention and to create a connection with the audience. And that's a simple way to make your introduction engaging. At this point, I'd also like to talk to you about relevance. Emphasize how your expertise or perspective relates to the audience's interests or needs. This helps them understand the value you bring to the conversation. And it's also a good idea to include a call to action. Depending on the context, you might conclude your introduction by asking people to participate, ask questions, or take specific actions. However, this is completely optional, and like I said, depends on the situation. You must remember to keep your introduction concise, clear, and engaging to make a positive first impression and to set the tone for the rest of your interaction with your audience. Now, before we get started with detailed examples, let me talk to you about a very important aspect of introductions to larger audiences, and that is your body language. Body language plays a crucial role in how you come across to your audience. Let's talk about some ways in which you can incorporate positive body language in your introduction. We always begin with confidence. Make sure that you stand tall with your shoulders back and your head held high. Avoid slouching or crossing your arms, as this can convey insecurity. And also make eye contact with the audience to establish a connection and to exude confidence. Once you have the basics in place, you should also focus on your gestures. Use natural hand gestures to emphasize key points and to add dynamism to your speech. However, avoid excessive or distracting movements, as they can detract from your message. And of course, facial expressions form a very important part of positive body language. Maintain a warm and approachable facial expression throughout your introduction. Smile genuinely to convey friendliness and put your audience at ease. You know, audiences can figure out when that smile is fake, so try and avoid doing that. Pay attention to your tone of voice and pace of speech. It is always recommended to vary your pitch and volume to add emphasis and maintain the audience's interest. Otherwise, a monotone delivery can make your introduction feel dull and uninspiring. So for example, "Hi, my name is Rita and I teach economics at Delhi University," versus "Hi everyone, my name is Rita and I teach economics at Delhi University." See the difference? That's right. So you don't want your introduction to seem dull and uninspiring, do you? And I just remembered an important point about open posture. Keep your body language open and welcoming. Avoid crossing your arms or legs, as this can create a barrier between you and your audience. Instead, keep your posture relaxed and welcoming to invite engagement. While it's important to maintain a strong presence on stage, don't be afraid to move around purposefully if the space allows for it. Moving closer to the audience during key points can enhance connection and engagement. However, you must remember, move around but don't fidget. Also, if you're using a stationary mic, I would recommend don't move to and away from it, because the change in volume can be distracting and the audience could miss out on key points. Also, you may have heard of something called mirroring. Pay attention to the body language of your audience and adjust your own accordingly. Mirroring subtle gestures or expressions of your audience can help create a rapport and a sense of connection. By incorporating these body language tips into your introduction, you can easily convey confidence, warmth, and engagement, and thereby make a positive impression on your audience. And now, on to the part that will help you prepare your content for your introduction. Well, here are some examples of introductions tailored to different scenarios. Let's first talk about introducing yourself in a professional setting. Good morning, everyone. My name is, insert your name here. I'm a data analyst with over a decade of experience in market research and trend analysis. I'm excited to share some insights on the latest consumer behavior trends and how they're shaping the future of our industry. You can use a variation of this in a networking event. For example, hello everyone, I am, insert your name here, a software engineer passionate about creating innovative solutions to everyday problems. Whether it's creating user-friendly apps or optimizing complex algorithms, I love diving into technology to create a meaningful impact. I'm looking forward to connecting with fellow tech enthusiasts here today. Now, your introduction might sound slightly different in an educational workshop. Let me show you how. Good afternoon, students. I am, insert your name here, your instructor for this workshop on creative writing. With a background in literature and years of experience as a published author, I'm here to guide you through the process of crafting compelling narratives and honing your storytelling skills. Let's embark on this journey together. In a conference panel discussion, this is what your introduction might sound like. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am, insert your name here, and I'm honored to be a part of today's panel on sustainable practices in business. As the founder of a green energy startup and an advocate for environmental conservation, I am eager to discuss innovative strategies for fostering sustainability in our corporate landscapes. I look forward to exchanging ideas with my esteemed co-panelists and having a thought-provoking discussion with all of you. All of these examples demonstrate how you can tailor your introduction to suit the context and the purpose of your interaction with your audience, whether it's a networking event, it's a professional meeting, a workshop, or even an open-ended panel discussion on a conference. There's really no right or wrong way to introduce yourself. It all depends on how you want to present yourself to your audience. With the rapid changes in the working environment, there is an urgent need to develop new skills to be able to succeed at work. Let's talk about